Hey YouTube, it's Trey. Figured I'd do another video. It's a nice early morning. Chickens are crowing, dogs are barking, people are starting to wake up. And you know what? What better time to show you what it's like here in the province than first thing in the morning? Why? Because that's when everything happens. Everybody gets up, they start doing their laundry, they go out here and make noise, they get up, but they also go to bed really early at night. There's not a lot going on. It's nice and quiet, usually at nighttime, but in the morning, if you can hear the chickens or the dogs barking or people getting up, going to work, things of that nature, that's all happening early in the morning. But, you know, I figured I would let you know about what's been going on in some of these cons and a few pros that being out here in the province. You know, let's start with some of the pros because the list is there. When you come out here, things are super affordable. I can't say enough good things about that aspect of things. Living in the city, although it was super affordable for me, I understand why people live out here in the province, the country, however you want to term it. You come out here and things are just a lot more affordable. Things cost a lot less. Things that like eggs, food, um, cigarettes, alcohol, whatever you want to go look at, your home prices and how much rent costs or how much it costs to have a home or electricity or everything of that nature. It's a lot more affordable here. And I understand why. There's not a lot going on. And, they're not out here and people are moving here for jobs because unless you're a farmer, the jobs are very, very little out here. Take Grace, for instance. There's not a lot of work out here for people. And she comes over, she's like my assistant, housekeeper, yeah, whatever you want to call her. Um, she takes care of things for me, and that's great. But they don't pay a lot out here, and so things don't cost a lot. It's it's a balancing act. So that is a pro for living out here in the province areas. Now, you come out here and you think about if you got pros for living out here, there's definitely cons. Well, there's a lot of cons, and if you're not used to it or not ready for that type of lifestyle, this may not be for you. If you've already heard, I don't know if you can hear it on the audio, but you hear chickens, you hear dogs barking, you hear people doing things. People get up in the morning and they're using the water, they're doing their laundry, taking showers, doing whatever it is that they do in the morning. I find that in the morning time, the water pressures is extremely low, and somewhere midday, afternoon time frame, the water pressure is full power. And I was like, wow, there's a big, big difference. And that's just because people get up here in the morning and do things. They're very active early morning or late at night in the Philippines in general. They try to stay away. And you know what I've learned is that I end up taking a nap in the afternoons, which is bad or good, depending on who you are. But for me, it seems like it's kind of bad because I typically don't have anything to do at night, and I get up super early in the morning, and that's good and bad, and you know, it just depends on what you're doing. Other things is that um, brownouts. Last week we had 3 brownouts. If you don't know what a brownout is, it's where you lose power, and I believe it was on Saturday that I was out of power for 8 hours, and it was scheduled, and they put it out there. But check this out. This is how the electric company lets you know that there's going to be a brownout. a brownout is going to be done, and they let you know on Facebook. So if you don't have a Facebook account, you're not going to know. Power's just going to turn off for no reason, and you don't even know why. We had a storm come in here, and not that it was a bad storm or anything like that, but we lost power for that reason. And if it rains or the wind blows, they'll turn the power off for the potential of a problem. They just turn the power off and then turn it back on. You don't even understand why. It's definitely not like it is in the city where I never lost power. Uh, Here, it seems like it's a regular occurrence. It happens all the time. Other things is that, if that's the case, it's hard to make coffee. It's hard to cook or anything unless you're doing, by fire. Luckily for me, I have a gas stove. But if you want to use the microwave or brew a pot of coffee or heat up your water, it's you got to do it old school. You got to heat that water up by boiling it on the stove or by fire. It's kind of crazy. So having that reliability aspect of things is difficult. Now, there are many ways you can change that. You can get some, like a generator or backup batteries for power. They sell those things here, and they're pretty common, I guess, because there's so many brownouts. And with power going off like that, my new investment for that I'm looking into is a backup battery, just so I have power. If you're here, I don't have internet if the power goes out. I don't have cell phone service if the power goes out. So you have an option. You either go to where the power is or the cell service is working, or you get a backup battery so you can power up those things. It's kind of important that you have those things. Otherwise, you just don't do it. But it also gives you a reason to get out the house, right? Because there's not a lot going on here. You do your things. It's not like being in the city at all, guys. I mean, you sit there. If I want to go see a movie, I have to drive an hour to go to the movie theater. If I want to go get grocery shopping, other than the small little grocery shops that are here or stuff of that nature, I got to drive an hour. Can I go out here and get things done? Yeah. We have a 7-Eleven here. We have some mom and pop grocery stores, things of that nature. But they're not going to carry everything that you want or need. So you need to stock up on things and store things here in the house. Because unless you want to be running to the store every single day and driving that far, I mean, 2 hours round trip, that's kind of crazy, to be honest with you. The other things that you learn about here that is people. Now, this is kind of a pro for me. So I sit out here on the porch where I am right now, and there's 2 schools here in the barangay, the village, the neighborhood, whatever you want to call. So Monday through Friday, I have all these moms and kids coming by, and they're stopping to talk to me. They are smiling and waving, and that's fun for me. But on the other side of that is I'm an outsider. So they're extremely curious, and they want to talk, and they want to practice their English and all those other things. So, that's pretty cool in that aspect of things. And I enjoy that because, well, I just like to interact with people. Now, being out here, being the minority, so to speak, I thought there might have been some other foreigners here, but you know what? I haven't seen not one more Westerner, not anybody. It's just me. And that seems kind of crazy because I know they're here. I just don't know where they're at. They don't come out their house, or they're not here for whatever reason. Who knows what they're doing if they are here. But it is definitely, how do I put this? It's quiet, and it can be lonely at times. And that's okay too. I don't mind that. Because, like I said, you know, the kids come and talk, the moms will come and talk, the neighbors will come and talk. So, but it's not the same type of conversation you would have in Cebu, where English is very, very common and it's easy to do. People try. Now, trying to learn Bisaya or Tagalog, however you want to term it, since they have multiple languages that they use here. But that's a super slow process. And trying to understand what's going on and what words means and how to interact them with one another and use the verbiage correctly is definitely difficult. One of the things about Bisaya, as it's explained to me, is that they take the words and they shorten them. They basically make their own language and use it, and they talk with each other, so it's kind of common for them to do that and they understand it. But for someone that there's no definition, or you don't know that they're basically using slang all the time in their conversations, that can be difficult, especially when you're trying to learn. Because if you're shortening words and you don't know how they put them in order, that's definitely a difficult learning curve for me. You know, there's no structure, so to speak. And that's one of those things that it's difficult to put together. So learning certain words is just so you can try to grab the concept and the context of what they're talking about. Now, have I picked up on some of it? Absolutely. Can I understand it a little bit? Yep, I sure can. But that doesn't make it easy. So, you know, things are going well, and I'm doing things here and checking things out. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update, show you what it's like, tell you what's going on, and hey, I'll let you know more. And I need to get out there and do some more filming and show you some of the interesting things that are going on. But the truth is, living out in the province, if you don't go out and do things, it's an extremely boring life. But if that's what you're looking for, then this might be perfect for you. If you're looking for nightlife and action, well, this is definitely not for you. All right? Well, I'll talk to you later. Peace, guys.